Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Gemini, April 21, 2022. Tense issues can surface or are triggered early today, as Mercury forms a square aspect to Pluto. They can temporarily interfere with healthy communicating and thinking. You may be wrestling with some feelings of guilt and anxiety which can skew thinking. Instead of allowing these things to fester and to undermine your happiness, try to pinpoint the source and work on resolving frustrated feelings or resentments. It's easier to gain perspective as the day advances. Also today, Mercury moves into your sector of home and family, where it will transit until the 29th. There can be more frequent conversations and thoughts related to your personal life during this cycle. It's a fine time for remembering old methods that worked for you that you might now revive. While this is not the most expressive or communicative of times in the Mercury cycle, it's a sound period for sorting out problems around the home and opening up the lines of communication with loved ones. With more objectivity applied to your personal and family affairs, your choices and decisions tend to be a little more well-rounded than usual. It can be a time of evaluating your inner feelings, values, and connections, or of assessing and negotiating in your domestic life. You will be somewhat selfish, to put it in some way. Well, you will be thinking about pampering yourself and giving yourself a lot of love and attention. Today will be a day of self-love sponsored by the energy of Leo is the 7th house that, more than feeling love for others, will make you feel a lot of love for yourself that others will be able to perceive and feel attracted to. It seems that the air is heavy with romantic notions regarding your friendships. You may suddenly see an old friend in a new light, as a potential partner. A group you belong to may seem like the solution to all your problems, and you may suddenly be convinced that you have the most wonderful friends in the world. This situation can be great, as long as you don't start thinking that everyone is perfect. Good news for the natives of the sign: Venus is on your side and allows you to approach this day with ardor in the field of feelings. Under its influence, you could show yourself in a whole new light to your partner. More adventurous and reckless than usual, you are not afraid to express your desires. If you are single, this will also be reflected in more boldness. However, you will have to manage to sort out your potential conquests. Beware of hidden defects or underhanded maneuvers. Apart from this little warning, it's baraka. You radiate and take advantage of the good planetary vibrations, love, joie de vivre, and carelessness, the honey of life. As a couple, you combine the intensity of your feelings with romanticism to establish a fulfilling relationship. You soften your demands. The current is going well and you bring sensuality to your exchanges. Nothing seems inaccessible to you. Single, you color your exchanges with a new eroticism. Your most serious contacts thus take on the appearance of seduction. Eyes follow you without ambiguity. You are wanted, you do what is expected of you, and you are very cooperative. No need to repress your innermost feelings. At least not while you're getting to know someone and genuinely being vulnerable with one another. For instance, the moon will enter Sagittarius today, which, in turn, activates your committed 7th house of agreements, compromise, and significant others. Dramarama? Never say never with a Sagittarius moon. However, Mercury's celestial ruler of your romantic 5th house of love shift into Taurus could certainly fuel the fire, as you are more prone to telling it like it is and speaking from the heart. Definitely communicate, but continue to hold space for your significant other. Try to air your concerns in a productive manner. Since Mercury in Aries squares Pluto in Capricorn today, you may feel mentally frustrated. There could be some pressing concerns or annoyances that you feel like you need to bring up. But how you go about it can make a huge difference in productivity. Try to remember your tone, turf, and timing as you address each issue head-on. Later on, Mercury leaves Aries for fixed Taurus, drawing your attention towards domestic matters. Your mind may become fixated on your chores and work at home. It is the moon's friendly aspect to Jupiter and Neptune, in the heart of their alignment in your income sector that makes its final hours in your work sector a window into what is building both financially and professionally. With Venus, the planet of money, in her first weekend in your income sector and Mars returning next week, nothing you can dare to imagine can match what the stars are working to make it real. A naturally harmonious atmosphere exists between you and your private sphere. You are increasingly at the center of things and are an important person of reference, which could place extra burdens on you. You have an abundance of energy for yourself, your family and friends, and are strong, calm and harmonious, strengthening family bonds. You can be sure that your loved ones will return your support when you need it. You usually face the world with a big, open heart. Just for now, though, try closing up just a bit. You'll meet certain folks out there who wouldn't mind using you if you let them get too close. You encourage others to be as enthusiastic about life as you are. Your fresh approach, combined with a laid-back attitude, is bewitching for potential dates. Be careful when faced with choices to ask yourself how serious this person's interest is in you. A short flirtation or the start of a more serious relationship. Giving up is certainly not your style, but since you associate living with constant activity, you don't always know how to react to a lull. If there is something or someone in your life that isn't producing the kind of energy you expect, give it some time before you decide what you think. For instance, if you can't motivate yourself to get exercise for a day or two, does this mean that you are not exercising anymore? No. Practice being patient with yourself and others. Be sure that your guidance of others is tempered with compassion and sensitivity. The essence of this day's vibration will greatly enhance your leadership skills. However, it can also see you more in tune with your ambitions than with the needs of others. Given your usual drive to accomplish things, this can be damaging. Just slow down every now and then as you go about your business, at least long enough to notice how others are doing around you. Our eyes in the sky. The North Node of Destiny in Taurus aligns with Uranus, which is strong in Pisces today. When these earthy elements link up, it pushes us to take practical and concise action toward achieving our goals. The caveat is that Mars is also activating the South Node of Destiny, which could make us a little temperamental and frustrated. However, Mars in Pisces gives us the strength to make sure that all the projects on the back burner get finished today. Completing them allows us to succeed in the field in which we work, study, or otherwise devote our energy. Venus in Pisces harmonizes with the nodes of destiny on the Taurus-Pisces axis. When these celestial entities softly connect, it can expand our hearts and give us a lot of energy to partner up with people. Relationships can deepen at this time. If you're feeling generous, now is the time to give freely to manifest goodness in your life. If you need assistance, this is a wonderful day to seek kindness from others. What they offer could surprise you. The same applies to personal relationships. The need to have faith in and trust your friends, family, and partner can keep you from seeing the truth. On the other hand, you could see flaws you've ignored up to now. The cosmic energy is very dense, which is why it would be best to rest and retreat instead of try to connect with people. Watch a movie and take a nap instead of falling down the rabbit hole of paranoia. In the morning, the Sagittarius moon sextiles Chiron in Aries, encouraging us to find community in common ground amidst pain. Insecurities concerning our identity and individuality can run deep, often tracing their roots to our childhoods when we were just beginning to develop self-awareness. Hurt feels personal, so much so that we routinely convince ourselves that no one else could possibly understand us. Yet, at this time, a lack of interest in dwelling on the past enables us to discuss our anxieties openly. Pain is not an exclusive commodity, and by bearing witness, we help one another heal. Following this, the moon squares off with Uranus in Taurus, provoking surprise events or rash behavior. Upsets occur which impact our relationships and interrupt routines. Technological errors or a sudden loss of resources can derail our plans. While charting a course and then having to reverse direction is frustrating, a lack of patience can thwart the very opportunities we hope to position ourselves for. Pause, take a breath, and let the dust settle before trying to force a new agenda.